What's going on, gym owners? You are a couple weeks into this marketing system. You're getting leads, you're making calls. You start to realize this is a little harder than I thought. Now, here is the difference between those who will succeed and those who will fail. Those who will fail will have an attitude of the leads are bad. I don't know about this. I'm getting leads, but no one's picking up. I booked a couple and they're not showing up. On the flip side of that, here's another way to look at it. I'm getting way more leads than I did before. I'm getting more opportunities to talk to people. I'm booking way more people than before. People aren't showing up. What am I doing wrong? How can I improve this? If this is consistently happening and I'm getting people, I'm talking to more people on a regular basis, I'm booking more appointments on a regular basis, but people aren't showing up, what am I doing wrong? Now, here's one of the reasons why this mindset is so important. Responsibility and accountability. If you have people in your local community responding to an ad, but you don't understand or lack the system to turn interest into people who are showing up in your gym and talking to you, that just simply means your current way of doing things is not effective and does not work. Now, we need to fix that, of course, but this is another thing we need to realize is the mindset going into this. Now, remember, it's the gym owner and the business owners who turn more of their opportunities, like leads and these people who are in your local community who show an interest, into booked appointments and closed deals that are going to be more successful. So what do? They typically double down. They work harder. They work longer. They work more. They do more inputs. They get more repetitions in. Because the reality is the harder you work your leads, the more that's going to come out of it. But if you put in minimal effort, you get out what you put in. That's really the main thing I've seen in a lot of the gym owners I've worked with, which is kind of wild. They have this belief of, I'm a closer. Sure, if someone comes in, you close them, awesome. But if you get leads and you can't turn them into people that means your system is broken. And a lot of times, it's two things. It's you don't think it's going to work, so you're creating resistance in implementing it. Second thing is how you currently are working the system isn't effective enough, because I'm literally, interesting enough, in my position, in my seat, I'm looking at around 30 plus gym owners. Some are crushing it, some are doing okay, some are struggling. What is the difference? The difference is effort. That's it. Just like your clients, there's some who come in 3, 4, 5 days a week. They eat their protein, they get their rest, they get their water, and their results are ridiculous. Some come in 2 days a week, they eat okay, their results are okay. Some just work out, they don't change their eating at all, and the results show. And so that's one of the things I always tend to look at is, what are your results speaking when it comes to you closing consistent deals on a regular weekly basis? It's typically your inputs. The more you input, the better results you get. Now, the other side of this is, if you're a solo owner, you run your gym by yourself, you do not have a team, this is where the challenge lies, is because your effort is getting squeezed by the amount of responsibilities you have on your plate. Now, if you can delegate, if you can ask for help, if you can ask a client to help assist with just booking calls, or if you want to hire us and my team to be able to call and book appointments for you, that's another thing that we can assist with. We can just hammer the phones and get people and book them for you. They are trained by me specifically. That's another solution. But if you want to take this on, totally understand. You want to build the system for yourself, all good. So beyond that, just know the more effort you put in, the more you're going to get out. And if you have any concerns or questions, or you're unsure of anything, reach out, let me know. Again, if I can't read your mind, if things are going well, amazing. If things aren't going well, we need to have a conversation. And also let me know if you are closing deals, or if you're getting booked appointments, or you have kind of some of these bottlenecks in these 4 steps. Here are the main 4 steps: leads, booked appointments, shows, and closes. Here's an example of how we can also examine this on a deeper level, which some of my bigger clients tend to do this really well. If you get 100 leads a month and you get 30 people to show up, that's a 30% show up rate. Awesome. If out of the 30 people that show up, you close 20, that's a 60% closing rate. That's amazing. And let's say to get the 30 people to show up, you needed to book 50 appointments. So from a lead to booked appointments, it's 50%. These are just an example. 50%. But you have 50 booked appointments and 30 people showed up. got 60% show rate, which is actually really good. And out of the people to show, you close 60%, which is 20. So that means your lead to close ratio, how many of the leads do you actually close? 20%. That is amazing. That is very high. What are we typically aiming for? About 10%. If you're not hitting 10%, we are losing people through this bottleneck. That means there's a specific way to approach each specific step. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but this is something I want you to keep in mind. There's a few different ways to look at this, and these are a couple ways I want you to look at this, okay? Now, again, if you have any questions, concerns, or you have any issues, I am a text and a phone call away. Other than that, speak soon. Peace.